I want to talk about something paranormal. This year, March 22, 2024, I met a wonderful teacher. I'm going to show. Sudonbing Professor Sudonbing. I met his wife after dinner with another professor. After having dinner with another professor, we were walking in the school with that professor, and he saw two ladies, and they started to talk, and then he introduced me, both of them, and one of them was Professor Sudonbing's wife, and I didn't know Professor Sudonbing, because he already passed away, and I didn't know that he was also in the field of economics. And I met his wife, he introduced me his wife, and then that day, after walk, I was planned to go back to my room, and she told me that since we are living so nearby, why don't you just come to my house right now, and I can show you how near we are living, and so you can come often to visit me, because she's living alone, and she's quite lonely since she also moved to university recently, because they were living outside of the university while her husband was alive. But after he passed away, she moved to university so that she can have a better environment and more friends in the university she can get engaged with. And so we met, and she took me to her house, and then she told me that I should visit her often because we are living so nearby, and she could cook for me, and we could at least eat together, accompany each other, because I'm alone, she's alone, and so we kind of accompany each other. And so after that day, I often go to her house. She always cook for me, and I always bring her some small gifts. She always give me some small gifts. Like, we kind of enjoy each other's company, and we are cherishing each other's existence, and really enjoying each other. And then a few months later, then I realized that, because after all our conversation and everything, I realized that actually the Professor Sudonbing is my professor, my supervisor's professor. So I felt so honored to meet her, and through her, I actually get connected spiritually to her husband, because that is just the metaphorical, humanly word. It's really too deep. There is the depthness that we cannot even comprehend. I think that his spirit, Professor Sudonbing's spirit, still exists, and I think that he's always here and always in his house with his wife together. And so through his wife, I get connected to my supervisor's supervisor or professor. But I guess, he was also my supervisor's supervisor. So then a few months later, my classmate told me that the school gave us another office room. It was different than the previous one, which was quite loud, and there was always some construction noise. So I just didn't go there. I was going to the library all the time. And then my classmate told me that they have given us another room in the building. So he told me that it's really beautiful and way better than the other room. So I decided to come, and then I realized the room belonged to Professor Sudonbing, that lady's husband. And in her house, each time I go to her house, I always see his pictures, and I always kind of spiritually, I always talk to him that he would be at ease, that I would always support his wife, and I would always be, around her in case she need me. I always talk to him, because he might have his body might have already left, but his spirit is always with us. And each time since I came to this room, his office, I realized that how connected I was with him, that I end up, or I kind of was honored to be in his room. That is not something we can explain with science, or those so-called science, that is, or the religion of science. Like, people are always talking how those people who talk about paranormal events, how stupid stuff they made there in their brain. They always, some people, those scientific brained people, they always think that, religion is bullshit. I don't care about the religion, but they always say, like, those paranormal events or those spiritual events, they're all just nonsense. But I don't really agree. Like, there are so many things. Not everything is science, and not everything is explainable, at least with the existence scientific experiments, for the moment. So this is how mysterious the life is. And also death. Like, I've been reading about life and death, and life after death related books since last year. I've been quite into about death and related things, and I realized how connected we are, and how there is no such thing as death. Like, they are all the spirits, we are all still connected. Their body is not here, but we are still connected. And each time I come to this room, each time I came here for work, I always talk to Professor Sudongbing as though he is next to me, as though he is nearby me, because he is. That is why I was brought to his room. He just wanted to tell me that I hear you, and I want you to be in my room, because I've been really enjoying his wife's company, and I've been really there, and I really enjoy and cherish every moment with her. And I also talk to his picture in their house and in his library. I often talk to him in my heart. And his spirit told me that he's listening me, and he is nearby me. It's not that I am like making up in my mind, but actually we are really connected beyond our comprehension, like beyond the logics could explain. And those plants, they are life. When I came to this room, they were like dying. They were like really dying. And now they are growing so beautifully. Each life, each spirit can hear and can feel. And I really care about them. when they about to die, you can see how lifeless, how lost, how desperate they look like. But when you give a little care and a little nurturing and a little talking, they right away give reaction. Each life is really so important, and we are all very connected beyond our comprehension. Each spirit, each soul, we are all connected beyond our comprehension.